Folks, today is one of the most just outrageous stories I've ever seen. I can't believe that this is even being entertained in a court of law. I mean, I don't even understand how or why this would even be possible. I feel like, of course, this is completely insane. It's ridiculous. But at the same time, I also think it's just a tad bit funny because you gotta have a lot of gumption, right? To just go out and try and do something like this. You gotta have a lot of balls to just try and pull a move like this, man. This isn't some light feat or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna actually put money on the line, right? Because, like, if you lose the case, aren't you responsible for your court fees and lawyer costs and things like that? But if you haven't heard the news yet, it kind of went viral over on Twitter. It was pretty big news last night. Yeah, someone is trying to sue Twitch. Now, you might be asking why. Okay, because, you know, there could be a good reason. Why are they suing Twitch? Well, let me go ahead and explain that to you, because I'm sure you're going to get a kick out of this one. There's no way that any sane human being would be like, yeah, this is a phenomenal idea. Just such a good idea. I'm sure it'll work. A Twitch viewer from California has submitted a civil complaint seeking $25 million in damages from Twitch for exposing them to, quote, overly suggestive and sexual content from various female streamers while using the site. Alright, just to square things off right away here, the fact that he's going for $25 million, like, there's no way this is gonna happen, right? I mean, I'm not a lawyer or anything. If a lawyer can comment down below, there's no way he's winning this shit, right? This can't be a legit case. I mean, $25 million, that's a lot of money, right? I just can't see a judge, like, looking at this case and just being like, you know what? I'm making you a multi-millionaire. This is your case. You won. Congratulations. Based on court documents obtained by Dexerto, the plaintiff Eric Estavillo, I believe is how you pronounce his name, who has previously sued Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and Blizzard, submitted the formal complaint to court on June 15th seeking a lawsuit, and Twitch itself was served with an official summons on June 19th. I mean, it's pretty apparent what this case is. If it wasn't from the jump, I mean, this right here, this paragraph kind of really describes it better than I ever could have imagined, right? This dude just goes around suing companies for very ridiculous reasons that would never really hold up in court, just hoping for the random miracle grand slam that's gonna make him rich. It's simple clout chasing, you know what I'm saying? He's just throwing it on the line here so he can get his name in the news and whatnot, and maybe even make some money if he just randomly wins a lawsuit. If any judge is stupid enough to give this man some money over anything. I mean, what did this dude sue Microsoft and Sony over? Because someone shit talked him in a COD lobby? Would he sue Nintendo because he doesn't like Mario's mustache? I mean, come on now. Here's the formal complaint. We'll go ahead and take a look at this. The plaintiff has been a Twitch Prime and Turbo subscriber for years now, whom also suffers from depression, OCD, panic disorder, agoraphobia, and Crohn's disease. Agoraphobia it means that he's afraid of places that make him uncomfortable, which can be like open spaces and things like that can induce anxiety. And because of these maladies, he heavily relies on the internet for all of his entertainment purposes, as many others do during this difficult time. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, many people have to stay at home for entertainment and are quarantining themselves, including the particularly vulnerable, children. As for the plaintiff, he only leaves his house for Inflectra infusions, having to deal with his Crohn's disease. Otherwise, he's always on the computer constantly using and watching Twitch. Mr. Estavillo suffers from sex addiction due to his obsessive-compulsive disorder that makes him obsessed with sex and compulsions. Twitch has extremely exacerbated his condition by displaying many sexually suggestive women streamers through Twitch's twisted programming and netcode, making it nearly impossible for the plaintiff to use Twitch without being exposed to such sexual suggestive content. There's no way for the plaintiff to filter. I mean, obviously it's just not true, right? I mean, you can go on Twitch and, like, I don't think I've ever just been completely compulsed into clicking on any of these, like, titty streamers or anything. Of course, he apparently has OCD or whatever. What I find funny is they said that he is obsessed with sex and compulsions. They literally just took two random words, like, first off, he might be obsessed with sex, but he's obsessed with compulsions. All compulsions are is like an extreme desire to do something. It's essentially the same word as obsession, right? And I mean, if this was a real problem that he was having, like he just couldn't stop beating it, why isn't he suing like Pornhub or someone like that, right? Because I mean, they got way worse stuff in terms of this court case over there than Twitch does. I mean, I think it's clear what this whole situation is. Just looking for money, looking for some attention. Imagine that being your life, right? Imagine, you know, you're his parents, okay? And you do the dirty, okay? 9 months later, little Eric pops out, okay? And you raise him for 18 years. You know, hoping he'll be a doctor or a lawyer or a football player, and he turns out being that one fucking dude who goes around just suing companies randomly hoping to get a check. Imagine that that's your child. Imagine that the offspring that you breed turns into that, man. I'm never having kids. According to the complaint filed in the Santa Clara Superior Court of California, Estevilo suffers from severe medical issues, or several medical issues, that require him to rely entirely on the internet for all of his entertainment, as well as OCD and sex addiction, which the complaint claims Twitch only makes worse. I mean, obviously, no, he's not forced to do that for entertainment. I mean, most states have reopened and, like, you can go to restaurants or go hang out with friends and go do stuff, right? I mean, most places encourage that you wear a mask or even require it, but I can't imagine that Mr. Eric here has too many friends. I mean, if any of my friends were like, bro, I'm about to sue Twitch and try and get a big bag because of some titty streamers, I'd probably bully him. I probably would bully him and then not be friends with him anymore. I mean, that's just, it's unacceptable, right? Like, if this was my child, I would never speak to him again. Like, just that simple. This is such a stupid thing. It's such a stupid point to try and go on. And this is what he'll be known for the rest of his life. He's not going to go cure cancer. He's not going to go be one of the greatest sports athletes of all time. He's going to be that guy that tried to sue Twitch because he saw some cleavage on their platform. That's a pretty sad legacy, man. Twitch has extremely exacerbated his condition by displaying many sexually suggestive women streamers through Twitch's twisted programming netcode, the complaint states, making it nearly impossible for the plaintiff to use Twitch without being exposed to such sexual content. I mean, that I get that women who, like, you know, are kind of exposed and whatnot are an issue on Twitch, I guess. People don't like that and whatnot, but this has taken it to a whole nother level, you know? People use the argument that, like, oh, these titty streamers, they make it impossible for a guy like me to be on Twitch and stream, which is like a common excuse that people who just aren't good at streaming or entertaining people make all the time, but this is even more outrageous. Dude is literally trying to get $25 million for having to see women on Twitch. I mean, come on, man. Even if it wasn't ridiculous, how can they really prove that this is the case? Like, Twitch's programming netcode that is so twisted, pretty much it promotes content to people based on what they think they're gonna watch the most. That's how these entertainment websites work. Like YouTube recommended, it works based on the shit that you watch. I mean, if you sit around and watch my videos all day, like if you watch like 5 of my videos in a short period of time, like you just watch them straight, you're going to get more of my videos recommended. If you even watch like 1 or 2 of my videos, they're gonna recommend you some more of mine. Because that's what these websites do. That's the whole point. They're not trying to have you on there for 4 minutes. They want you on there for hours. They want you watching ads. They want you giving money through premium features. They want you supporting creators. Because all that means is more money for them. That's how they work. That's how this whole programming netcode, quote unquote, works. I mean, if you watch like 40 dudes play World of Warcraft all day doing dungeon raids and whatnot, you're going to get more World of Warcraft stuff promoted to you, and they're going to show you more, you know, relevant World of Warcraft streamers. Of course, on Twitch, you go through the categories and whatnot to watch different games and whatever, but even then, it's going to recommend you the people that are the most similar to the ones that you watch, if not the people that you watch. Because even if, like, the top part of the page is generally dominated by the most viewed streamers that are active, you still get the occasional one with, like, 10 viewers that pops up because they want you watching different stuff. That it isn't just random, right? They're trying to recommend you content that will keep you there longer. So, I mean, if you sit around and watch titty streamers all day, they're going to try and get you to watch more of them. And that feeds right into this. Estevilo, who is following 786 female streamers and 0 male streamers, according to the complaint, argues that the site does not offer a way to filter streamers by gender. Therefore, he's forced to choose a game or category to watch, with thumbnails showing these scantily clad women alongside men of being the only streaming channels available to him. Okay, that's not true. Once again, if we're talking about the only channels being available are the ones that are live, that's not true. You can go to an offline channel anytime you want and watch VODs. You can totally do that. So they're not the only streaming channels available. And then, of course, now the argument of this whole point is that every time he gets on, it's nearly impossible for him to not see titties in the recommended or whatever. But now we're talking about, oh, they're showing up alongside the men. But remember, he's got this OCD, so that's what leads him to the scantily clad women. Can we just point out the fact that he's following nearly 800 fucking female streamers? I mean, if you get to the point, unless like Twitter I think is a little different, but like, if you follow 786 people on Twitch, like, oh my god, dude, I follow like 25 streamers. Then again, I don't really use Twitch, but I follow like 25 people, okay? On YouTube, I don't know how many people I'm subscribed to, but I know it's not 786 channels. And the fact that it's a 786 to nothing score, female to male, that is nuts. I'd go to argue that this guy's sexist. No male streamers? Come on, man. What are you doing? There's no way he legitimately follows 800 people. This dude had to have gotten on like, bro, I'm about to sue him, and just followed 800 people or something, for real. The complaint goes on to list several female streamers it claims, quote, contributes to expose viewers who just want to see people playing video games on Twitch, but instead get exposed to sexually addictive material and content on a consistent and regular basis daily. These include, I don't recognize almost any of these people. I know Pokimane, I know Alinity, and I know Amaranth. That's it. And those are because these are people that I've talked about on the channel before, and like Pokimane and Alinity are like two of the biggest streamers, I guess. I mean, let's be real, right? If you're getting sexually addicted to Pokimane on Twitch, at a certain point, you just gotta reevaluate who you are as a human being and how much value that you provide to society, because that's a whole different level, dog. Like, that's ridiculous. There's no reason, you know? In requesting relief, the complaint wants all the streamers listed above permanently banned for violating Twitch's TOS, along with $25 million, quote, to be split between the plaintiff and other Twitch Prime Turbo subscribers, with any leftover going to various charities. Whether or not the lawsuit will go anywhere in court remains to be seen, but according to court documents, Twitch was officially served with a summons by the court on June 19th, so they will have to respond in some way or the other. This is ridiculous. Twitch should not be forced to respond to something so fucking stupid. I mean, this is beyond even realistic. This is beyond ridiculous in all reality. Obviously, none of those people, except for maybe Alinity, deserve to be permanently banned, okay? And the only reason she deserves it is because of the shit that she's actually done. The only good thing that could come from this is the fact that he wouldn't actually get $25 million and it would be split between a bunch of random fucking people and maybe to charity, right? Even then, no one deserves that money. This is a stupid case. There's no reason. It's absolutely ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself, Eric. I hope you're seeing this video, bro. I just want you to know you should be ashamed of yourself, man. I mean, with that being said, let me know what you think down below. I'm definitely interested. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, bro, I hope he wins, which I get, you know, haha, hee hee, funny, but this is, you know, it's a real thing, right? I think we can all agree this is just ridiculous. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, suing Twitch for $25 million and signing out.